Some of my favorite memories of Grandma and Grandpa include camping at the farm or fun holiday celebrations at the house. One of my favorite things that Grandma always says is to go downstairs and go into the closet and turn to the left or turn to the right and you'll find some canned goods or whatever we need for today's project. And you always have to remember to add it to the list for next year's events. Happy anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa.
My favorite memory of Grandma and Grandpa is working with Grandpa and shoveling river rock, which wasn't fun, but I learned a lot. And my favorite memory of Grandma was probably just the monster cookies, because those are great.
Happy anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa. Some of my favorite memories from childhood were playing at the farm, getting into trouble out in the field, and hay rack rides on Halloween and my birthday. Recently, my favorite memories are, of course, drinking peppermint schnapps with Grandma, laughing at all of Grandpa's one-liners, and of course, camping at Hudson Oaks. I always joke with my friends that we can no longer camp at regular campgrounds because we don't like to follow the rules, so my grandparents made their own campground. Love you guys so much. Really thankful for all the things you do for us. And again, happy anniversary.
My favorite memory with Grandma and Grandpa was when we went to Disneyland and Las Vegas all together.
One of my favorite memories with Grandpa and Grandma is going over to their house the Wednesday before Thanksgiving and helping them cook all of the foods that they needed to prepare. Another one of my favorite memories is just the fact that they supported me in all of my activities growing up, whether it being a 2-hour long swim meet or a 3-hour long dance recital or just driving 2 hours to Newton just to spend a meal with us. Happy anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa. I love you so much. Thanks for all you do.
I have lots of fond memories with Grandma and Grandpa. My favorite one of Grandma is when I was working there over the summer one time. She had this new breakfast sandwich maker, and she decided to pull it out and made me this big old breakfast sandwich with sausage, eggs, and an English muffin. And then I eat it, and I was like, "Oh, what are you gonna eat?" She's like, "Oh, I don't want that." So she just made it just for me. And then my favorite memory of Grandpa is when he came down Tuscaloosa and him and my mom beat me and my roommate in beer pong. A happy anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa.
I have so many memories with Grandma and Grandpa from all the years, but one of my favorites with Grandma is when she would lose something or drop something and she'd say, "Oh, poop," or "poopy juice," and I'd always think it was so funny and tell my friends about it. And my favorite memory with Grandpa was me, Carly, and Grandpa sitting around the fire talking and gossiping about all the cousins and their boyfriends or girlfriends, and he always knew the gossip, and we created the cousin marriage list, which is really funny. So happy anniversary.
My favorite memory of Grandma and Grandpa is when they would come to my house every Christmas and ask what my favorite gift was, along with both of my siblings.
My favorite memory about Great Grandma, Great Papa is driving the golf cart at the farm. Happy anniversary.
Some memories I have of Grandpa and Grandma are doing puzzles with Grandma for hours and drinking some wine, which helps us find another piece, and going on tractor rides with Grandpa and helping him out on the farm whenever I could. And the thing that the two of you taught me is love conquers all, and good times and in bad. Happy 60th. Cheers.
One of my favorite memories of Grandma and Grandpa is when I was younger and my parents went on vacation for a week, so Grandpa had to come stay with me and babysit me, and he brought a bunch of homemade food from Grandma so we never had to starve, and then every day when he'd pick me up from school, we'd go to Menards. Every single day. But I think about it fondly now.
Happy anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa. 60 years, that's crazy. Thank you so much for everything you guys have done for us, all the activities you've gone to of ours and everything like that. It's just been amazing. So love you guys so much. Happy anniversary. Can't wait to celebrate.
The books.
You like Great Grandma when she reads you books?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite thing about Great Papa?
Make some toys.
Does he play toys with you? What about golf cart rides or tractor rides?
Yeah. Happy anniversary.
Say love you.
I love you. Bye. Happy Grandma and Papa. Oh, slow down.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Happy anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa. I have so many amazing memories with you guys, but some of my favorites are when Grandpa used the four-wheeler and sleds to drag us around in the wintertime, and him teaching me how to drive in the red truck for the first time around the pond. We just kept going in circles and circles and circles. And with Grandma, my favorite memories are always doing puzzles at the house, baking monster cookies, and her always reminding us that there's always room for one more at the table. I love you guys so much.
My favorite memory about Grandma and Grandpa is probably when I was younger and my mom would send me over there for the day, and I never knew what kind of chores or projects Grandma was going to have me do. And my favorite part was when she was ready for her nap. I got to go to the farm with Grandpa and do some more chores, and I was always starving because Grandma never had any food in the house, so I had to eat Grandpa's nasty black licorice, and that was a good time.
My favorite memory of Grandma and Grandpa would be when they came to visit in like December. It was around Christmas when we were super young. I have no idea how old. And my mother was getting fed up with all of our picky eating, so Grandma decided to print out menus for us to choose what we wanted for dinner each night that she was there. And it was so much fun, and happy anniversary, Grandma and Grandpa. Love you so, so much.
Happy anniversary!
Hey Grandma and Grandpa, happy anniversary. First thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking of memories with you guys is of course going to your house, the pond, and our 20 family reunions that we do every year, and spending time with you guys at those. But on a more personal story, spending those couple weeks with you guys let us stay at your house before my mom found her house in Davenport. We appreciated it so much. It was such a different experience getting to know you guys in a different way. So I love you guys so much. Happy anniversary.
My favorite memories of Grandma and Grandpa are helping Grandma make sugar cookies in the kitchen and helping Grandpa with the fish fry. Happy anniversary, you guys.
My favorite memory of Grandma and Grandpa are all the times they came to my sporting events growing up and throughout school. They had a lot of kids to go watch through the years, but they always made sure to take time and support me, and I really appreciated that.
Xander, say happy anniversary.
My favorite memory with Grandpa and Grandma is helping Grandma make monster cookies, and then Grandpa and I disposing of all the cookies that don't make the cut of the perfect shape. And I also really enjoyed all the tractor rides that Grandpa took me on. Happy anniversary.
My favorite memory about Grandma is when she would make us grilled cheese and tomato soup, and she'd burn the grilled cheese so bad that the smoke alarm would go off. My favorite memory about Grandpa is when I was a vegetarian. He brought a frozen pizza over that was 2 years expired. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Grandpa and Grandma. Some of my favorite memories, a lot of them revolve around Hudson Oaks. And I had a hard time picking one specifically, but a memory that always comes to mind is when RJ got hurt on the midnight run and we needed somebody to drive him to the hospital. Tom and I went to Grandpa and Grandma's camper to ask Grandpa if he could drive. And the only thing Tom said when we got in there was, "Dad," and Grandpa's immediate response was, "What did you do?" And I'll always remember that because I laughed a little bit, even in the situation, because I had an instant flashback to 40 years ago and that same interaction happening with Tom as a teenager. Some of my other favorite memories are helping Grandma sort through and carry up all of her decoration containers in the basement storage room, and that whole process of finding the right containers and carrying them upstairs and changing all that stuff out. As much work as it is, it's a lot of fun to spend that time and be able to help her out. And then another one of my favorite memories, something that happened a lot, was if I was staying at Grandpa and Grandma's and Grandma wasn't there. She would be gone for some reason. So Grandpa would have to make the meals. And I always knew that if that was the case, we would be having frozen pizza and potato chips for dinner. And then for breakfast, it would be a fried egg sandwich. I think that's about the extent of Grandpa's cooking abilities when Grandma was gone. So those are some, just a few of my favorite memories that I fall back on. Cheers to 60 years. That's an amazing accomplishment, and you guys really set a great example in leading our family. So thank you.